Chapter 4. Big got off the bus at the end of his driveway and didn't even take his phone out of his pocket. He marched through the door, dropped his backpack, and changed into his woods gear. He needed jeans and a hoodie for riding the four-wheeler. After changing, he stopped in the kitchen for a ham sandwich and an energy drink before starting up the quad. He lived 3 doors down from his grandparents, who owned the end of a dead-end street. They also owned 80 acres of woodland behind the backyard. Big parked the four-wheeler in his grandparents' driveway and set the parking brake, but left the motor running. He grabbed a 5-gallon bucket, stuck inside another 5-gallon bucket, and threw 6-7 sugar beets into it. Then he did the gritty all the way to the apple tree. He picked up a handful of apples and sent them toward the bucket. Some were basketball shots, some were curveballs, some were underhanded. When he got tired of goofing off, he scooped up big armfuls to deposit until the bucket was full. He planted the bucket between his elbows after he mounted his machine. The path out to his blind was smooth, having been used for decades by 3 generations of Reds. The leaves had long since fallen, but the sunshine through the bare branches made for a beautiful ride. Big took his time getting there, checking for tracks and keeping his bait upright. He thought about his uncle, who had been on him more than ever. "Your reading score on the M-step sucked. Are you trying to get your aunt fired?" No, he wasn't trying to get his aunt fired. Why was her job on his shoulders? They took the stupid practice test twice before the real thing. It was such a boring gray and white screen. No color. The passages were long and boring. They had to write an essay. Big just typed IDFC and hit submit. Are you getting enough lean protein and water? Yes. Are you getting enough vodka and weed? Don't be disrespectful to the ladies. Get your work done on time unless you can get it done early. Eye contact and shake a man's hand. Uncle AD was sure he'd be a great dad. He was so arrogant. Big was relieved to see that yesterday's bait was gone. He had 2 bucks, an 8-point and a spike horn, showing up on the trail cam. He also had close to a dozen different does. This year's harvest would be excellent. He couldn't wait to sight on his 300 Savage. He swapped out memory cards before heading to his blind. In the blind, he checked for mouse damage. Seeing none, he took a quick glance at the Girls Gone Wild calendar that Wheeler had picked up in college. "Always something to see on opening day," was the line that the men used in front of mixed company. Grandma would not have approved of the calendar. August was Big's favorite model. That month's picture featured a tatted baddie smiling as she pulled her bikini top up. On the ride back, he'd go as fast as his bare hands would allow. Big got home for good and loaded up his technology. It was time to steal. In 17 minutes, he'd be the proud owner of an epic, gothic, legendary, mythic. He had enough time to log out and check his download. On Halloween, Big got a card from Green Bay containing 100 digital bucks. He chose the latest installment of his favorite franchise and hit download. For 60 hours, he had been waiting. It was a long weekend of anticipation. The progress bar barely moved. Now he was down to just 4 hours. He could play tomorrow night. AD logged in again and found his digital fortune. Watching a number grow was boring, even if it was behind a dollar sign. 12 minutes. Till then, he would have to scroll his phone. A text from Dad. "Going back to the shop. Would have dropped you off if you had gone to practice. Pizza in the freezer, but chocolate milk and PBJ are a legit workout meal. Love you, son." "Love you too," he wrote back. "Don't come back drunk. I need to talk to you. I feel like everyone is watching me with a microscope. Auntie wants me to be like her angels. Uncle just tells me to man up. No one understands. But thank you for the passive-aggressive text. Real nice for a son to receive from his parent." A text from Gates. "Did you see Miss R's dress today? Wish I had mirrors on my shoes. And those pants." Well, his words were followed by all of the emojis. Big rolled his eyes at his buddy. His response, "I'm sure you do, you freak." Big had a crush on 1 or 2 of the cheerleaders, but the hottest girl in school was one of the Norse guy's sisters. He wanted to nail her so badly. He wanted to glaze her in her homecoming dress. He wanted to pull her hair and shove it down her throat. Damn it, Gates, he thought. Now I've got to go and scroll content. There was a content creator who looked like his crush, and one with boobs the size of watermelons, and one was into other chicks. There was hair pulling. The algorithm was sending him to content that was a little bit darker each time. He was about to discover what the sweat emoji meant. It's good for the stock price. After a couple of minutes, Joy wasn't wrong. He got back to his game. He was about to be a brain rot billionaire. The number on the screen just kept growing and growing. $999,995,810. He did not want to write that number in expanded form. He'd almost stolen enough. He didn't even want the epic Gothic legendary mythic, but he took it anyway. With it, Big easily cleared $1 billion. He'd have something to say to those dorky high schoolers, but the football players might say it's not real. He'd probably just have to brag about it to younger kids. There was an entire brain rot table at lunchtime. Supreme called them the pickers. Everyone else just pretended that they didn't exist. Those nerds would get a kick out of it, and then they'd vote for football. His total was $1,060,774,421 when he turned off the brain rot and turned on battles. He jumped into a squad battle and led his squad in kills. He became the group leader by the third battle. Under his leadership, they won 2 victory royales in a row, and 2 of the kids had to go eat dinner. Big threw some fish sticks and tots into the air fryer. Could he watch wrestling and football on one app? You better not ask in front of Grandpa or AD. They'd ramble on about the good old days. In the good old days, you could subscribe to City Cable. $15 a month for 30 channels. $5 more for HBO. Then that wasn't good enough for the stock price. Satellite TV came along. 800 channels, but really fucking expensive. Can't we just get a small package of the channels we want? Yep, based on corporate partnerships. That's not what we want. Too bad. Back to expensive packages for you then, peasant. Wrestling had started, so he turned that on instead of the pregame show. The champ was in the ring talking about how he had been disrespected by his rival. After working hard each and every day to reach the pinnacle, he wanted to enjoy his championship reign. His rival was undercutting his success, using sneak attacks because he couldn't win honestly. He was interfering in other matches, sticking his nose where it didn't belong. The champ needed to settle his conflict with violence. Before the men could meet in the ring, security kept them safe. The GM announced a blockbuster match at the next premium live event, formerly known as pay-per-view, but now we pay to view everything. It's good for the stock price. And the crowd went wild. Wrestling fans are a passionate, engaged community. We get together often. We celebrate excellence from across the globe. We know it's carefully scripted, carefully rehearsed, and predetermined. It's a spectacle. It's a story. Donald Trump enjoys it, and so do the impoverished guys in my town. Big switched over to the game in time for kickoff. Living in one of 4 Michigan counties on Central Time, Big was able to stay up for the entire game. His dad got home around halftime, and they watched the game on the same couch. Wheeler scrolled through the babes of Reddit, neither sharing nor hiding his behavior. The game was low scoring and not at all interesting. The teams were from the Northeast. The cameras cut to billionaires and celebrities enjoying their time in suites. Young girls delivered champagne and caviar. In bed, Big watched YouTubers' content. There are some very talented content creators who are age appropriate for middle schoolers. I'm grateful for them. Until he fell asleep, Big got to be a kid.